You wanna know how it smells? Ask Santos. He know it smell well.
Ashley Trevino is a character. That truly is the best way to describe her. And like for many of you, she popped up on my For You page about 6 to 8 weeks ago, being an absolutely hot mess and the Nosferatu to my Ellen, and that she won't leave me alone. Just like those bed bugs won't leave her alone. Ash is a 36-year-old TikTok influencer whose entire personality revolves around embarrassing herself, her kids, her neighbors, and her ancestors. You may have also heard her being referenced to Binky Barnes, the Mucinex Booger, Buzz Lightyear, and whatever this creature is. She has 2 daughters, 12 and 15, though I think the 12-year-old at the time this goes up might be 13. And instead of being an active, suitable parent, she likes to play a spicy game of chicken with her neighborhood CPS.
Yes, I've had like 20 CPS cases. They dismissed them all. Because you know why? My kids are in good hands. My kids are taken care of. A
lot of her actions have sparked public fear over the welfare for her children and has been one of her biggest controversies since her sudden thrust into the spotlight. She engages in problematic relationships with prisoners.
I just date inmates.
Has openly admitted to abusing her kids because their dad loved them.
Haley literally has been through like the bottom of her life. Like, I'm telling you, whenever we lived with her dad, I used to pull her by the hair because I was so mad at her. Like, I feel like he loved her more than he loved me. And so, like, I took my anger out on her. And she doesn't even, like, hate me for that. Like, she doesn't even remember that.
Is an alleged predator going after barely legal boys and has more nips and toys on her lives than the Bop House, whose member Camilla just ate alive on her podcast and said, "You better go bippity boppity boo those kids some beds, bean dip." Which is not racist at all. I promise you it is a vital piece of information to her lore. Just don't cancel me yet, just wait. So Ash got her start on TikTok in 2019 for being a well-known inmate hopper, which is exactly what it sounds like, in that you date one inmate to another, to another, to another. She has openly admitted or claimed to dating or having relations with about 30 inmates.
You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? You really are. I swear. I've been with 30 inmates. Ruby! I swear.
She even would hold solo wedding shoots, being, you know, hubby was probably on laundry duty. And while yes, not all inmates are bad people, that does not apply to her taste. She has repeatedly pursued inmates that make Ruby Frankie look like a saint, as their victims are also children. And due to the bizarre nature of her dating life, she quickly gained popularity, but many were voicing concerns over the dangerous men she was potentially bringing around her young children. And over time, it became very clear that Ash was one of those women who was absolutely obsessed with their man. In her eyes, they could do absolutely no wrong, even though the law would disagree many times. So after the divorce with her first husband, who is the father to her 2 kids, she started a relationship with her first prison husband, Isaiah, who she knew before he was arrested at the age of 16. How they met? A little sketchy.
This is him when we first met. And this is him like when he first went in. Oh, you can't see no more pictures, but yeah. I knew him since since he was 11. I knew him since he was 11 and I was like 15 or 16, maybe younger, because I was like 15. So he had to have been like 9 when I first met him. And they used to go to our church. I remember telling his mom, because I always thought he was a cute little boy, you know, but I was older and I was already dating the kid's dad, so I couldn't be with him, you know. And then once I got married, you know, I used to always tell his mom, because he grew up quick, so I would tell his mom, like, I'm gonna be your daughter-in-law one day. I'm gonna be your daughter-in-law one day. She's like, no, you're not. My Flacco's too young for you. Well, then in 2019, I reconnected with her Flacco.
Unfortunately, though, this relationship didn't last. If it was because of his 45-year-long prison sentence or something else, is unclear. And after their divorce, she begins a relationship with this man. They both had TikTok platforms and would battle each other and just had a very close public relationship. And after some digging, many people became very concerned as his crime was punching his 2-year-old daughter so hard he broke bones. And when confronted about these allegations, he had this to say.
Real easy. This wrist is broken. Both my legs were broken because we have a bone condition that makes our bones more susceptible to breakage. So understand that it's not a regular bone. That's the little detail people are forgetting.
Disgusting. Actually disgusting. She eventually marries another inmate named Jesse, who was just with her for the money and the clout. That much was clear. So of course, this relationship didn't last either, and by not long, I mean it would have taken me longer to make the bean dip and flaming hot Cheetos she always eats from scratch than for her marriage to burst into flames. See, I managed to bring it back around. So in about 2 weeks after Jesse gets released from prison, even though Ash spends all this money on a fancy hotel to give him like a warm welcome home surprise party, she made a big show of it. 2 weeks after that, we started getting content like this from her.
Why did you guys break up? Because of social media. A lot of females were in his inbox and I just didn't have the trust. I would tell him I wish he was back in prison just because I knew I trusted him in prison because nobody knew who he was. Nobody was writing him. Nobody was he wasn't calling them, like when he came out, I let him have social media. I gave him a little cheap phone. I told him, make a TikTok, babe, make a TikTok. And that was my biggest mistake, was to let him get involved in this.
Now, there are far more in-depth videos out there on this part of Ash's life, but me saying it would be just like beating a dead horse. So I'm not going to do that. If you want a more in-depth video, then there's plenty out there. But I did just need to mention it for obvious reasons. And as is plain to see, if you just take a mere gander at the clips from Ash's live, it is clear that she loves drama, lives for it. She loves the spectators. She loves being the center of attention. It fuels her. It also seems to improve her self-esteem and her self-worth to prove that she can take anyone's man, not just inmates, including the man, and I use that term loosely as he is only 19 years old, that her daughter has a crush on. So Santos is another TikToker, a problematic one, I might add. He has been accused of essay from multiple girls since he was 15, in addition to being a deadbeat dad. And the canoodling between him and Ash is why I believe Corinthians 7:1 was created in the first place. During one particular live with Santos, she is drinking like she regularly does. Things are getting humid and heavy. Then, out of nowhere, she flashes him and us a pepperoni. My optic nerves are traumatized. But this is what really pushed her into the spotlight and what made me and many other people aware of the enigma that is Ash Trevino, the woman who targeted her daughter's barely legal crush. And while this Santos episode pushed her wide and far onto the FYPs of unsuspecting bystanders like myself, it also cost her a lot of her relationships with her friends and her family. And not only has she never taken accountability for the harm and embarrassment that she has caused to the people around her, she doubles down. She has been caught using her rose toy on lives on multiple occasions. I'll spare you the visuals. So after her exposure on the internet and dishonoring her entire bloodline, she heavily pursues things with this boy that is 15 years younger than her. They start talking more frequently on lives, making everyone else uncomfy. And they eventually decide to meet up in person for a date, which is where things get interesting.
Do not let him win, you guys. Do not let him win. Do not let him win.
If we win this one, oh my goodness. Oh, come back. You dropped something. So Ash, let's go pick up what you dropped.
I didn't drop nothing.
You dropped something. I promise you. Look it back.
I gotta go pee.
All right, go pee. I'll wait for you.
I gotta go pee real bad. Hold on. Oh shit.
Oh my.
So as I said, her and her daughter's crush, who she never would have pursued had her daughter not mentioned liking, started getting closer. At least in Ash's mind, they started getting closer. So on her first date with this boy, she acted as if she was going to the gala. She dressed to the nines, she hired a makeup artist, someone to do her hair. It became a whole ordeal and a highly anticipated event. Like, people were going more feral to know what was about to happen between these two on the next live than when the Popeyes chicken sandwich first ran out after its release. She appeared to be taking this relationship very seriously, and the internet was pumped up for the latest release of Trash TV. Sorry. So she has her hair done, shoes on, daughter's self-esteem demolished. The date, he arrives, probably in an Uber because I'm not sure if he's old enough to drive. And this meeting is everything the internet hoped it would be. The tension in the room is so palpable you can taste it.
All these cars pulled up on the side. Oh. Hey. How are you?
What? That's it? I've hugged complete strangers at the bar with more passion and enthusiasm than that. Now, after this meeting and many awkward moments, the aforementioned date happens. Not with just them, but everyone and their grandmother as well had to tag along for some reason. At Santos family restaurant or club, I'm not really sure, but everyone was saying that it was like his uncle's place, and that's where he chose to take her. And throughout this family field trip, it became abundantly clear that Ash was way more into Santos than he was into her. He was pulling away, looking uncomfortable whenever Ash would cling to him, or God forbid, try to kiss him, even going as far as to be disgusted by her at some points during this first date, which is why it is so strange that after all of these awkward moments we all witnessed, Ash goes on her live to say this, which is something she actually went viral for.
I've already seen his beepee, and he's already seen my nunu, okay?
And to profess her love even further for this boy, she decided to make a song about him. Very romantic, I know.
You wanna know how it smells? Ask Santos, you know it smell well.
And as much as I hate to admit it, the song is like really catchy. I would say it's been stuck in my head for weeks, and sometimes I'll just, be sitting there and being like, But alas, all good things must come to an end. Despite the flirty lives, the salacious supposed phone calls late into the night, it was clear the more this relationship went on, it was all a bit for Santos, a funny haha, because it didn't take long for the relationship to turn sour. So during Christmas, Ash and Santos were supposed to hang out together. She sent her daughters off to the grandparents so she could make him dinner, which her daughters have been fighting and begging tooth and nail for her to do for them. And whenever she finally caves in, it's only this. However, karma finally came in to do its cosmic justice because he stood her up.
Bro, I fucking hate him.
Instead of being at this dinner he agreed to be at that Ash slaved over, he decided to go on live with other girls, which Ash was not happy about, obviously, because of their relationship, situation, and she confronts him about it on live.
I'm more chill today.
You're doing your own thing. Like, why do you tell me and then you just, like, I see you on live and you're doing your own thing? Like, that's what pisses me off.
But, like, I have my own life, too. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
But if you knew, like, you were going to make plans with me.
I have a busy schedule. I don't even squeeze you in. I make time for you. I even add, like, I already set a reservation up for us. Like, it wasn't just that. I was gonna take like something more private, no one around. At my security, he wanted to kick it with you too. It was like.
So to make up for this little blunder, he decides to go to the house of the love of his life and apologize to her and make up for standing her up or whatever. So of course, in order to make this apology really effective, he needed to bring over the girls that he ditched her for on Christmas to her house.
He brought the girls.
The daughters?
No.
So at this point, everyone can see the downfall between Ash and Santos' situationship, but she keeps trying to cling to him and make this relationship last. And so she befriends all of his like friend group, including the girls he kind of ditched her for and stuff. It's a very chaotic and messy situation. And mind you, they're all around 19. But one of these hangouts, well, two of these hangouts actually, really it's just so funny having to talk about it. So during one of Ash's babysitting sessions, she was on the way to one of her promoting events, and her and the girls and Santos were all in this car, and Santos and this girl are in the back seat. Everyone knows that she's on live, and this girl starts going down on Santos in the back seat in front of everybody. Ash obviously was trying to hide her hurt, but you can tell the moment she notices what's going on because her face completely shifts, which of course the internet was obviously not going to let go. And many people started making fun of her after this incident because it was obvious after some other of their hangouts that not only is she jealous of her own daughters, but she's also jealous of the girls in this group, or maybe just any girls that are young and pretty. They say she has these rage-filled eyes whenever she looks at one of them, and she gives serious Ma energy, which for those of you who haven't seen the film is about this like middle-aged woman who befriends a bunch of teenagers and allows them to hang out at her house and just have fun, but she becomes obsessed with them and it takes like a really dark turn. Do with that information what you will, that's just what some people are pointing out. And this slope was a slippery one because not only was Ash hanging out with this friend group, but she also appeared to be hanging out with another group. There's so much footage to go through. I really hope I'm getting the timeline events correctly, but there was another group of teenagers that she was regularly spotted with, also being very young. I think one was allegedly even as young as 16, not helping the predator allegations, Ash. And then during all of their lives together, she started having this overtly flirty party girl energy. Mind you, with these boys.
Hey, looking that fine should be illegal.
My skin is crawling. This entire saga is just very, very strange, but it has a funny ending, as like all of them got arrested because some of them had criminal charges already where they were breaking parole. It was just like, it was a whole ordeal, but they literally all got arrested on live, and people were like making fun of Ash because like in one of the recordings, I guess she fell and people just like would not let it go. Oh Lord. Oh my gosh. I'm staying here, guys. I'm not getting involved. Oh, she fell. And on top of all of this, come to find out, she is still married to who I'm assuming is Jesse, but they never officially got a divorce, so she's still legally wed to him, and yet she is still actively trying to marry another man. She's like, as soon as I get out of a relationship with him, I'm going to get married to him, get his name tattooed, yada, yada, yada.
Guys, for Valentine's Day, if me and Max are really each other's Valentines, he's not in here right now. So, and don't go tell him, you guys, but for Valentine's Day, if me and Max are really Valentines, I'm gonna go get his name tattooed on me. He's not in here no more, so y'all don't tell him. Y'all have got to keep that secret, okay?
This man being someone she hasn't even met yet. Like, you can't make this up. And before we get into the more serious tones of this video, I just wanted to drop a little bit more of the Ash Trevino lore on you guys, because the internet won't let her get away with nothing, all right? They make fun of all of her mannerisms, and she has a lot, and just a lot of little tiny viral clips that she has that people have loved to parody, and I feel is essential to you guys' viewing experience because I had to see them, so you do as well.
As a friend, you should never steal your friend's gifters.
Drink water. Water's for fishes. Si quieres. Oh, my bad. You don't know Spanish. If you want. Tia. Did it smell? Did it smell? pataña. Toca la pataña.
Do you really speak Spanish?
Yes.
Vale más que te pasivos, ¿eh?
Don't be trying to act all Spanish.
Vale más.
Did you put that note in your DoorDash order?
No. What?
There is literally a note inside of my DoorDash.
If this is Ash Trevino, I want to say hi. Or I want to say I like your content. I'm your biggest fan, Taco Bell employee.
Have you ever texted yourself?
No. What in the world?
She also tries to nonchalantly show off her designer bags to prove she has money, but many people have assumed they were fake. And how dare they? How dare we push such an egregious rumor about her fake designer bags? Of course they're real.
Is your LV bag real?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh.
How did that feel?
Look at your sweat went crazy on that one.
Oh, no, I have the receipts.
Now on to the more serious part of this video, which is the welfare of Ash's children that many people have brought forth concerns for. Warranted concerns in my opinion, as she has continuously and repeatedly put them in dangerous situations, starting on Thanksgiving in El Paso. So in November, she went to her Tia's house, but from my understanding, she doesn't actually know this woman that well or anybody else that was there at the house. And at this house, it is Ash, her two daughters, her Tia's ex-husband, and her Tia's ex-husband's new girlfriend, in addition to another young child. Already a lot going on, a lot of room for drama. And the adults in the situation decided that they wanted to go and have fun, and so they left the kids home alone while they went bar hopping, which is already a wild decision to make, but even crazier that it's on a family holiday. So Ash is doing her live, very recklessly, might I add, because she ends up doxing her location at this house and every bar and establishment that she frequents on her live, which ends up prompting another TikToker who I guess does not like her to say, oh, maybe I should pull up to her location. Maybe I should pull up and we should fight or something. And instead of being a mature adult and taking into consideration her young daughters that she left at the house alone, whose location now the entire internet is aware of, she decides to be a bad bee and she doesn't take shit from no one, no way. And she eggs this woman on yeah, pull up, let's fight. To which this girl does, and then they have a physical fight in the town square.
What's up? Hey, don't be, you told me to pull up, right? Am I here, girl? What's up? Hey, don't be touching me, bro. Don't be touching me. You, bro, you're not grass too. Don't even go there. You're not.
She pulled my hair. That's all she did was pull my hair. But obviously I still have hair, so she didn't pull that much. Okay. Safe. And she didn't touch my pretty face.
Which her kids were all watching on her live, and so they're also calling up her phone concerned what's going on, because the live kind of goes dark at some point, which are all concerns that she brushes off, and then she does go back home after this fight. I guess it sobered her up, ruined her night. And she gets home and she cannot find her kids. And in addition to not being able to find her children, a fight between her Tia and her ex-husband's new girlfriend breaks out in the living room. Again, all on live, we're witnessing it all. Ash tries to intervene. It's a whole ordeal. It's just a wild situation for these children to be in. And she did eventually find her kids, but that is besides the point. When you have children, their safety should be number one on your list at all times. No questions asked. Yet it's a reoccurring theme that it's on the bottom of her list of priorities. But I do think it's safe to assume that Ash is a narcissist, or at the very least has narcissistic tendencies. And often with these kind of moms, there is this sense of competitiveness with their children, especially their daughters. They constantly have to prove or validate to themselves that they are better, whether it be through demeaning comments.
Do you want lip filler?
No, my lips are actually big.
They're not that big, baby.
Okay, but they're big enough for me.
They're not that big.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Why are you being a hater?
Let me see.
Okay. They look like the same size as yours.
No, they don't.
Mom, yes, they do.
And no, they don't.
Visible discomfort when their child is doing better than them.
And then there's a lot of people saying that she's jealous of me because...
How does that make you feel?
Like, I don't know. There's, like, nothing to be jealous of. I mean, I am her daughter, and they say I look like her, so there's nothing much different from us. Not that I have more followers than her. Maybe that's why.
Trying to compete for men or feeling like their daughter is a threat to the man they're in a relationship with. And last is the straight up neglect or abuse of their children, which can often lead to the parentification of very young kids. And whenever confronted with these realities, it's always a deflection or an excuse. When confronted about being jealous of her daughter's success on TikTok in amassing about 1 million followers, which has far surpassed her, she blamed it on the mass unfollowing.
Oh, so you think she's jealous of you because she has more followers?
You have something to say about that?
Oh, do I have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, I would have had over 1 million and something
Woulda,
followers.
coulda, shoulda, girl. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
But
She
then
got
they
a
did that
million.
mass unfollowing, and then they took my account. So of course,
You hear
but no.
that?
It seems in her mind, it's our fault that she hasn't beaten her daughter. It is our fault that her daughters are losing friends. It is our fault because we clip things from her lives out of context that embarrass her friends and her kids' friends. And instead of changing her content to give her kids a healthier, well-balanced life, she says that their friends should just not be over when she's live. But the better question is, when isn't she live? Because on multiple occasions, her daughters have had to step up and tell Ash to get off of live when they're trying to spend quality time with her. Her daughters have repeatedly had to step up and tell her she needs to stop talking on her lives or get off because she is sharing important information or she is too drunk.
You need to get off later. You're saying stuff that people don't need to know.
Okay, well,
Okay?
I don't know where the mic. I'm not doing it. I said, no, you're good. He can stay with you. He can stay with you. He's trying to push her into ranks. Why not push me into ranks? A single mom. A single mom that doesn't have a dad for her kids. How about put that in the ranks, right? Right? I have no other support but myself. Do you think I asked God to take their dad from them? No, I didn't. I wish their dad was still here to help me with them. Do you think I said, God, please take their dad? No, I didn't. But he died, and that's what it was.
I love you, but you need to concern the dad stuff, okay?
No, I know, but it's still like,
Okay,
it pisses me off.
They have had to step up and ask her to stop exploiting them for money.
More online.
Do you think that maybe sometimes she can exploit situations to get views?
I'm gonna be real, yeah.
Because that's the game. But that's her kid.
No, not with them.
She just said yes.
I don't do it with them. I mean, I don't really like to talk about them, honestly. When it comes to my lives now, I tell them if you have anything to say about the kids, I'm not answering it. If anything, I protect them now. When they come in my room, I cover the camera. When they're around, I don't film them.
But have you done that in the past? Have you taken a situation and used it for views regarding
No.
kids? Would you feel like maybe she has done that ever?
Yeah, but not me, my sister. You've taken her when she was sick, and you're begging for money. You said send the galaxy to know about my baby girl's health when I was in the hospital.
Oh, that's because, yeah, that was like a while back, though. But you weren't even in the hospital.
Yeah, but no, but I still didn't like that.
But we've already.
But you wanted my information out for a galaxy.
I was
literally G Money and everyone else, like Angelito, they could send you, they could send you a galaxy.
I don't have a follower.
What's his name then?
Stop saying it.
Oh, double T.
You sold her out for a galaxy? You sold her out for a galaxy?
It wasn't like that.
All her kids want is an active parent who cares about them. And Ash doesn't care. She would rather be dancing like a robot on the internet than caring about her kids when they really need her.
Santos, he never smell well.
Mama just threw up.
You just threw up? Why?
Mama just threw up.
You're lying.
Let me throw up.
It smell like it or what? I'm just kidding.
Mama just threw up. Why are you dancing? Mom, I threw up. Why are you dancing?
Yes. Alexa, stop. Bro, I was jamming to Nunu. What?
I clean that.
Hey, what could I put on her burn?
Stop using the microphone, sorry. Oh, her burn. I thought you said her head.
It's
I really think you should take her to urgent care if it is bad. Send me a picture of it.
Then I'm gonna have to get a freaking Uber.
Okay. I mean, just because you have to get an Uber, then you shouldn't take her to the urgent care.
I know, but I have to get up early.
As I would collect that.
And I believe a lot of these problems are just going to get worse because Ash lost her job due to the flashing situation, meaning TikTok Live is now her only source of income, which means she's going to have to keep doing crazier and more controversial things just to stay in the spotlight and continue to make a living. For example, like getting on TikTok Live with Santos and accusing him of SA while he's also simultaneously accusing her of SA, all in front of her daughters, by the way.
Okay, but you said I SA'd you?
You said that about me.
No, you said
You said that about me.
did I say you?
Answer this. You said that about me, yes or no? You said that about me on your live. That's all you said.
Hold on, my daughter.
Now, do I think these allegations are true? No, I don't. Because if it was, why be having this conversation publicly? Why be having this conversation in front of your kids? Why be having this conversation with the internet instead of with the police? And if it was real, then not even 5 minutes later would they have been flirting again, as if that conversation never happened.
It hurts. This is the only tattoo that actually hurts. I'll tattoo your name if you forgive me. Is she frozen?
No, I'm not.
Oh shit.
You make me mad. You irritate me. Don't.
So why do it? Why involve your kids in this mess? Why involve your kids in this situation while you're accusing a man of a very heinous crime? Why do any of it? Well, because that's what people reward her for. At the end of the day, being a full-time mess is Ash Trevino's full-time job. She may do and say a lot of crazy things, but much of that is just for clout and money, like this Santos situation. They made explicit content together, he licked her rose toy, and why would you do that unless whatever substance is on there is not foreign to your taste buds? She made the Nunu song and made everyone believe that they were doing stuff together. But what exactly is the truth? Because after all of that, now clips like this are coming out.
And no, it does not smell well. You can ask Santos. That's why I also said if I never tell, all right, I do not want no more Nunu. That is canceled forever.
And I walked into her room one time, and the bean dip was right next to the rose toy. So I'm assuming she eats while she plays, and I don't like that. That's nasty. Like, bro, like every time I'm looking for breeze, I have to shove toilet paper. Bro, remember when I went there the first time and they were like asking why Santos was taking too long in the restroom? First time I ever went, I locked myself in the restroom. No, hombre, it was the best smelling part. Like, and that's something to say. That trash don't get taken out ever. It was like 3 trash cans. Come on, man. I had to hire a cleaner for her. She showed me pepperonis. That shit was traumatizing. That shit was traumatizing. That shit was really traumatizing. I was scared. I was just playing around. I didn't think she was gonna. Santos, you wanna see my Nunu? Hello, what?
Which is just further proving my assumptions that all of the SA allegations were just for show, like the rest of their relationship. Oh, relationship. But where does this leave her kids? Well, it leaves them held hostage in a situation they didn't sign up for and feel trapped in. Left feeling alone based on the stuff they post on their own socials, or being pushed so far into a corner that they feel like they have to run away to escape it all.
You ran away?
Yeah.
When?
Last night.
Last night? Where was I?
In here.
In here? What time did you run away? What time did you run away?
12. At 12?
Though in some of Ash's more recent lives, it seems like she no longer has custody of her eldest daughter.
So for those of y'all that call CPS on me, remember, she's not in my custody right now. Why do you think she doesn't live with me right now? Y'all are going to get my parents in trouble. So when y'all want to call CPS, y'all think about that. It's not me getting in trouble. It's my parents. Y'all think I only fight battles on TikTok? I fight them personally every day. As much as it hurts me because I wish my baby lived with me, it's just not good right now. And that's our decision, okay?
So my hot take is I don't think Ash ever wanted to have children. I think on top of being a narcissist, she resents being a parent. She resents them from stealing her youth, her man, her time, and her attention. She goes on trips like Disney without them, leaves them alone on holidays, birthdays, and just overall doesn't appear to want to be a parent.
I'm changing for me, myself, and I first, and then I'm gonna change for my kids. I have to work on me before I can make anybody else's life better. I can't work on me for them and then forget that I'm still hurting from something. It's not gonna work out that way. I'm fixing me for myself first, and then my kids will have the mom that they need.
She wants to stay immature without responsibilities, and whenever her kids do something wrong, she tells their grandparents as if she's not their mother. And on top of all that, her kids don't even have beds. They sleep on an air mattress in God knows where.
And then I walk in, she's showing me around the house, and I see 2 air mattresses deflated with tape all over them. Like, damn.
But when her daughters were laying in those bare mattresses and the freaking tape would blow off and the holes would... No, guys, I need to go buy my hot Cheetos and bean dip. The fuck?
I mean, she has all these accounts for these luxury brands. She has all this money, but she can't spend it on basic necessities for her children. And even when Camilla offered to buy them full bedroom sets, she said no because she was upset that Camilla made her look like a bad mom.
Like right now, she did ask me, did your kids pick out the bed set? I said, I don't want you to buy it. I said, there's too much going on. I don't need you to buy it. I said, they're already saying that I did CC fraud on your card. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Though she was more than willing to let Camilla pay for her flights, her hotel stay at the Ritz-Carlton, and all of their accommodations, she just won't accept the beds from her because of her pride and ego. It's sad. It's a really sad situation for her daughters to be in because this will follow them for life. They are far too young to understand how this will impact them as adults, but it will. I just hope that Ash's daughters do not follow the same turbulent path as her. I hope that the unhealthy relationships that Ash has role modeled for them with men and the internet are curses that they break for themselves.